Okay po. Okay, is my presentation visible? Okay po, visible ba siya? Hello? Wala. Okay po, is my presentation visible? Am I audible? Hello? Sir,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
po. Naririnig ako, naririnig.
Yes, sir. Yes. Sir.
Okay po. So, lesson number one, better driving. So, after completing these lessons, students must able to understand the nature of basic driving and its principles. So, students must able to familiarize on the areas concerning the lesson. Our specific objectives are the following. So, after completing the lesson, students should be able to number one, define what is driving. Number two, motivate and encourage all motorists, motor vehicle owners, and driver's license applicants to not just read, but put into practice what she or he has learned. Number three, produce quality drivers and responsible motorists, and put orders on the road for a better transportation system in the in the Philippines. Sorry. Understand the vehicle registration. Okay. So, first, let us define what is driving. So, driving is the controlled operation and movement of land, including cars, motorcycles, trucks, and buses. Permission to drive on public highways is granted based on a set of conditions being met, and drivers are required to follow the established road and traffic laws in the location they are driving. So the word driving has etymology dating back to the 15th century and has developed of what driving has encompassed has changed from working animals in the 15th century to automobiles in the 1800s. So driving skills have also developed since the 15th century with physical, mental, and safety skills being required to drive. So nowadays, we are required that the driver should be physically fit and mentally fit. These evolutions of the skills required to drive has been accompanied by the introduction of driving laws which relate to not only the driver but the driver of a car. So the term driver was originated in 15th century, and then in last meeting we have discussed na the first world drive was made by Carlo Benz in 1888, referring to the occupation of driving working animals like pack or draft horses. It later applied to electric railway drivers in 1889 and motor car drivers in 1896. So the world's first long-distance road trip was made by Carla Benz in 1888, which drove Benz patent motor wagon from Mannheim to Pforzheim, Germany. So nowadays, driving requires both physical and mental skills, as well as understanding of the rules of the road. So in many countries, drivers must pass practical and theoretical driving tests to obtain a driving license. In Philippines nowadays, we are required to have the theoretical driving course and the practical driving course. Of course, it requires first the physical skills, which is required for driving, including yung proper hand placement. Yung ating proper hand placement, so di ba ang pinaka-common yung 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock placement. Yung left and right, yung right nasa 3 o'clock and then yung left ay nasa 9 o'clock position. So gear shifting, pedal operation, steering, braking, and operation of ancillary devices. So mental skills involve syempre yung hazard awareness. When we say hazard awareness, kailangan tayo attentive For example, we are approaching dun sa taong natawid. So when we see that there is someone approaching on our car, so syempre kailangan na tayong mag-slow down or kailangan nating iwasan yung possible hazard. Decision making. So kailangan when we are a driver, kailangan meron tayong ano, quick response and quick decision making, evasive maneuvering, and understanding vehicle dynamics. Also, one consideration when driving is to avoid distractions. Kaya nowadays, bawal yung mag-cellphone when we are driving. Kaya may mga mobile app restrictions and regulations. So, bawal nang yung mag-drive. So, ina-allowed lang siguro yung pagka mga call kasi naka-headphone or naka-headset. Pero when texting, so pwede kayong mahuli. So, altered state of consciousness in certain medical conditions which can impair drivers' mental skills. So, safety concerns in driving include poor road conditions, ano, low visibility, texting while driving, yung speeding, impaired driving, sleep-deprived driving, and reckless driving. So, laws regarding driving, driver licensing, and vehicle registrations vary between jurisdictions. Most countries have laws against driving under the influence of alcohol or other drugs. Kahit naman sa Pilipinas, bawal din to, ano. So when we are drink, so bawal mag-drive. So some countries impose annual renewals or point systems for driver licenses to maintain road safety. Nowadays, kagaya sa Pilipinas, meron na tayong merit system. So if ever nahuli tayo ng LTO, matatag yun sa ating LMTS portal and magre-reflect siya. So, ang isa pang delikadong makahuling HPG kasi siya ay nag-upload din ng merit system or demerit points sa ating LMTS portal. So, the World Health Organization estimates that 1.35 million people are killed each year in road traffic, which is the leading cause of death for people ages 5 to 29. So, kagaya yung sa kabilang section, natanong ko sa kanila na sa palagay nyo, bakit ang patay wala nang sa internet? Okay po. So, let's continue. Ito, wala na lang. Okay, so the World Health Organization estimates that 1.35 million are killed each year in road traffic. Imagine 1.35. It is the leading cause of death for people ages 5 to 29. Hindi kami pa nagpapanotaryo na din. Kung kailangan kang papanotaryo. Wala. Wala. Pasa na. Pasa na pa. Okay, so my question is, why do you think most of the age bracket is under 5 to 29? Any volunteer from the group? So most of the involved age bracket is 5 to 29. So palagay nyo bakit kaya marami sa mga na-involved sa aksidente ay ages 5 to 29? Anyone? Hello? Anyone? Can I ask, Alexander?
Sir,
Sige, Arvin.
pakiulit po, no? Puputol-putol po kayo eh.
Sabi kasi it is the leading cause of death for people for ages 5 to 29. Yung road traffic incident or accident. Sa palagay nyo, bakit kaya
Okay
5 to
po.
29?
Babasahin, sir.
Hindi. Your perception or your opinion kung bakit most of the persons involved are
Wala
ages
kayo, sir.
5 to 29. Ako, nawala na nga. Hello? Arven? Yan, okay na.
Sir,
Question, bakit kaya sa palagay nyo ang kalimitang involved sa accidents ay ages
ano
5
po?
to 29? Wala kang
Ano po,
audio.
sir?
Bakit kaya karamihan sa mga
Nagka-cut off kayo,
involved
sir.
Oo po,
nagkakat?
sir.
Yan, nawawala na ulit.
Hindi
Wala na ulit.
cut off, cut off.
What can I do? Bakit sa palagay ninyo, ang karamihan sa
Na,
involved sa aksidente ay ages 5 to 29?
ano, sir? 5 years old, sir? Ang age? To 29 yung ka, sir?
Yan, nawala na naman.
Namiss ka namin.
Continue natin. So, kanina sinasabi ko na karamihan sa mga na-involve sa aksidente sa kalsada ay karamihan ay edad 5 hanggang 29. So, bakit edad 5 hanggang 29? So, syempre, commonly, those are inexperienced drivers. At the same time, Wi-Fi. So, commonly kapag galing ba napapabayan sa kalsada, kaya nga pagka may aksidente, lalo ang involved ay bata, ito ay pananagutan pa ng mga magulang. Oh my God. Wala na naman akong Wi-Fi. Okay? Hello? Okay, so etymology, the origin of the term driver were recorded during the 15th century, which refers to the occupation of driving working animals, especially pack horses or draft horses. So the verb to drive in origin means to force to move, to impel by physical force. So it is first recorded of electric railway drivers in 1889 and of a motor car driver in 1896. So early alternatives, saan na? Oh, wala. Were motorneer, motorman, motor driver, or motorist. So French favors conductor as the English equivalent for conductor. So being used from 1830s not of the driver but of the person in charge of passengers and collecting fares. So while German influence areas adapted farer use of coach drivers in the 18th century, but shortened about 1900 from compound craft wagon farer. And the verbs Roren, Lincoln, Stern, all with the meaning steer, guide, navigate, translating to conjure. So, introduction to automobile. In 1899, an automobile was driven to the summit of Mount Washington, New Hampshire for the first time. So, the world's first long-distance trip was made by automobile in August 1888 by Bertha Benz. So, si Bertha Benz ay wife of Benz patent motor wagon inventor of Carl Benz, which drove 66 miles or 106 kilometers from Mannheim to Pforzheim, Germany, and returned. In the third experimental Benz motor car, which had a maximum speed of 10 miles per hour or 16 kilometers per hour, with her two teenage sons, Richard and Eugene, but without the consent and knowledge of her husband. So she had said she wanted to visit her mother, but also intended to generate publicity for her husband's invention, which had only been taken which had been taken on short test drives before. In 1899, F. O. Stanley and his wife, Flora, drove their Stanley Steamer automobile, sometimes called the Locomobile, to the summit of Mount Washington in New Hampshire in the United States to generate publicity for their automobile. The 7.6 kilometer journey took over 2 hours. So, ganun ka layo. Ano. The descent was accomplished by putting engine in lower gear and much braking. So, our next part is what we call the driver training. So, in driver's training, in any siguro nation nowadays, it is commonly required that the driver should accomplish or should have the theoretical driving course and the practical driving course. Sa Pilipinas, inadapt na natin siya way back 2020. Ano? So, drivers may be required to take lessons with an approved driving instructor or are strongly encouraged to and may need to pass a driving test before being granted a license. So almost all countries allow all adults with good vision and health to apply to take a driving test and successful to drive in public roads. Kagaya nga ng sabi natin, acquiring a license is a privilege. It is not a right. So, ibig sabihin, if you are not physically or mentally fit, hindi ka qualified na magkaroon ng lisensya. On the other hand, kung halimbawa ikaw ay physically or mentally fit, nung ikaw ay kumuha ng lisensya and then afterwards, you found out na meron kang impairment, so magkakaroon ka ng medical conditions. Pero pag inallowed ka ng physician mo na mag-take pa rin or mag-drive pa rin, so may certification lang naman, ina-allowed ka. And then sa lisensya nakalagay doon yung condition. So in many countries, even after passing one's driving test, new drivers are initially subject to special restrictions under graduated driver licensing rules. For example, in Australia, yung mga novice drivers are required to carry P or provisional plates, while in New Zealand is called restricted or R. In many US states, it is now issue graduated driver's licenses to novice minors, while graduated driver licensing rules vary between jurisdictions. Typical restrictions include newly licensed minors not being permitted to drive or operate a motorized vehicle at night or with a passenger other than family members, zero blood alcohol, and limited power to weight ratio of the vehicle. So the next one is what we call driving bans. Okay? So under driving bans, ito yung sinasabi nga natin na although meron na tayong lisensya, hindi pa rin guarantee na mababawi na siya ay pang matagalan. So ibig sabihin, pag sinabing driving bans, we can experience na tayo ay masuspended or ma-disqualified if we commit such violations. So, depende sa violations. Ano? So, meaning, we can be suspended or disqualified in a short time or permanently. Okay? So, pag disqualified, di permanent na. Ano? Suspended, di for a short time. So, this is usually in response to a serious traffic offense. Halimbawa, nakamatay ka during driving. So, possible causing death due to drink driving. Ano pa? Repeated minor traffic offenses. For example, accruing too many demerit points for speeding or for a specific medical condition which prevents driving. Pending a future assessment, for example, a traumatic brain injury. So some jurisdictions ban driving on certain days for vehicles with specific license plate configurations. In a few countries, ban driving on certain days with specific license configuration. In a few countries, women were banned in driving. Kagaya sa Oman, women were not allowed to drive until 1970. In Saudi Arabia, women were not issued driving licenses until 2018. Saudi women had periodically staged driving protests against these restrictions, and in September 2017, the Saudi government agreed to lift the ban. So, noong 2017 lang, nakapag-drive ang mga babae doon, which went into effect in June 2018. Okay, so our next topic is the what we call the organization and mandate of law enforcement agency. So, ang nangangasiwa sa transportasyon na tinatawag natin the DOTR or the Department of Transportation. So, it is the executive department of the Philippine government responsible for the maintenance and expansions of viable, efficient, and dependable transportation as effective instrument for national recovery and economic progress. So under DDOTR, they are responsible for countries' land, air, and sea communications infrastructures. So under DOTR, the first one is the LTO or Tanggapan ng Transportasyong Panglupa. So the Land Transportation Office is an agency of the Philippine government under the Department of Transportation, which is responsible for all land transportation in the Philippines. The function of the LTO include number one, inspection and registration of motor vehicles. Number two, issuance of licenses and permits, enforcement of land transportation rules and regulations, and adjudication of traffic cases. So the first one is the license and permit issuance. So the LTO is in charge of the issuance, renewal, and regulations of driver's licenses. So it can issue licenses to both citizens and foreigners. So sa Pilipinas, tayo ay nag-i-issue ng lisensya both for the citizen and foreigners. Meron nga lang restrictions which will be discussed later on, provided that they meet the requirements for those licenses. It also provides that the professional driver license, which allows the bearer to operate vehicles under all eight restriction codes. Motor vehicles registration, the LTO is responsible for the registration of motor vehicles and renewals. So it can register brand new vehicles, including locally manufactured vehicles, imported vehicles, light electric vehicles, and low speed vehicles. Also, the three-wheeled vehicles and tax exempt vehicles. The next one is the law enforcement and adjudication of cases. So in this section, one of the main functions of the LTO is strictly implement and enforce the laws regarding land transportation. So it is also in charge of ensuring that public land transportation services abide by fares set by the LTFRB. So also, the LTO is responsible for MAIDR or the manufacturers, assemblers, importers, and dealers reporting. So the LTO grants accreditation to certain manufacturers, assemblers, importers, and dealers who wish to transact business with the LTO. Commonly, it is a tawag doon, negotiation between company. Halimbawa, Honda, yung mga taga-Honda nakipag-ano sa LTO para bulk ang processing. So they also maintains processes that facilitate requests for the approval of maid office with LTO related transactions. Okay po. So far, do you have questions with LTO? Questions po? Sana all. Nakakadalawa. Okay, number two is the LTFRB or the Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board, which is lupon sa pagpaparangkisa at regulasyon ng transportasyong panlupa. So the LTFRB is responsible for promulgating, administering, enforcing, and monitoring compliances of policies, laws, and regulations of public transportation services. In short, ang LTFRB ang may concern sa prangkisa linya ng mga sasakyan. Nawala. Yun. So, the agency is in charge of granting franchises or accreditation and regulating public vehicles such as public utility buses, minibuses, public utility jeepneys, utility vehicle, express services, field cab service, school services, taxis, transportation, network vehicle services, and tourist transport services. Okay, ang LTFRB din ang nagtatakda ng fare rates. Okay. So, the LTFRB is in charge of regulating fares of public vehicles. So, ibig sabihin, pag may pagtaas at pagbaba ng pamasahe, LTFRB ang nagtatakda. Okay po? Sunod. Siyempre, ang LTFRB ay meron ding anti-colorum campaign. The word colorum was first used in an official capacity in 1973. So, siyempre, kung wala kang linya, ang considered sa iyo ay colorum. So, ang linya or ang prangkisa ay binibigay sa isang aplikante kung saan nag-apply ang isang driver. Halimbawa, kukuha ka ng linya ng Batangas Lipa. Ang tawag doon prangkisa o linya. Ano? So, ang LTFRB ay may partnership din sa mga asosasyon. Ano, may partnership siya. Kasi hindi basta makakakuha ng prangkisa sa LTFRB kung hindi ka bibigyan ng certification ng asosasyon. Okay pa? So, the campaign aims to conduct anti-colorum operations more effectively by increasing the presence of intelligence in communities. Okay, so ang LTFRB din ay may Public Utility Drivers Academy Program. So the LTFRB organized the Public Utility Drivers Academy Program, which is a free seminar that aims to inform drivers of basic road safety, driving courtesy, and traffic regulations and regulations. So the seminar is composed of four core modules, namely anger management, road courtesy, traffic rules, and terms and conditions of a franchise. Okay, regulations of TNVS. So, function din ng ating LTFRB ang pagre-regulate ng TNVS. Okay, the TNCS and TNVS are subject to the full regulation and supervision of LTFRB, including but not limited to application and approval denial of franchise, setting of fares, routes, operating conditions, and imposition of fines, suspension and cancellation of franchise. So, under LTFRB din, dito pumasok yung CUB modernization. Kaya nga yung mga lumang sasakyan ay pinay-phase out na. So, under this program, it aims to restructure, modernize, and employ a well-managed and environmentally suitable transport sector while ensuring that the drivers and operators have stable and sufficient livelihood and the commuters get to commute swiftly, safely, and comfortably. Okay, next agency is the what we call MMDA. So, MMDA or the Metropolitan Manila Development Authority, sa Tagalog, Pangasiwaan sa Pagpapaunlad ng Kalakahang Maynila, is a government agency of the Philippines which created and have a wide scope, covers the city of. So, 17 to, Manila, Quezon City, Caloocan, Pasay, Mandaluyong, Makati, Pasig, Marikina, Muntinlupa, Las Piñas, Parañaque, Valenzuela, Malabon, Taguig, Navotas, San Juan, and Municipality of Pateros. 17 na cities and municipalities ang sakop ng MMDA. So, maraming function ng MMDA. So, it performs planning, monitoring, and coordinating function in the process, exercises regulatory and supervisory authority over the delivery of metro-wide services within Metro Manila without diminution of the autonomy of the local government units concerning purely local matters. So, development planning, which includes the presentation of medium and long-term development plans, development evaluation and packaging of projects, investment programming and coordination and monitoring of plan, program and project implementation. Also, MMDA is responsible for transport and traffic management, which is their core responsibilities, which includes the formulation, coordination, and monitoring of policies, standards, programs, and projects to rationalize the existing transport operations, infrastructure requirements, and the use of thoroughfares and promotion of safe and convenient movement of persons and goods. Also, MMDA is responsible for solid waste management and sa flood control, kasama rin siya. So, ibig sabihin, sila rin yung may responsible sa formulation, implementation, and policies standards with regards to solid waste disposal, including the establishment and operation of sanitary landfill and related policies and the implementation of other relative programs intended to reduce, reuse, and recycle solid waste. Also, MMDA is responsible for flood control and sewerage management. So sila rin yung may responsibilities pagbaha. So sila rin dapat ang nagko-control, sila rin ang nagbobomba, sila rin ang nagre-reduce ng epekto. Dito. So, includes formulation, implementation of policies, standards, programs, and projects of integrated flood control drainage and sewerage system. Also, MDA responsible for urban planning or urban renewal zoning and last land use of planning and shelter services, which includes the formulation, adoption, and implementation of policies, standards, rules, and regulations, programs, and projects to rationalize and optimize urban land use and provide direction to urban growth and expansion. They are also the rehabilitation and development of slum and blighted areas, so the development of shelter and housing facilities, and the provision of necessary social services thereof is also a part of MMDA mandates. So sila rin yung may pananagutan sa mga urban renewal, zoning, and land use land. Also, the MMDA is responsible for health and sanitation, urban protection, and pollution control, which includes the formulation and implementation of policies, rules and regulations, standards, programs, and projects for the promotion and safeguarding of health and sanitation of the region, and for the enhancement of ecological balance and prevention, control, and abatement of environmental pollution. So, sakop din ng MMDA yung sa mga health and sanitation. Sakop din ng MMDA yung public safety, which includes the formulation and implementation of programs and policies and procedures, achieves public safety, especially preparedness for preventive or rescue operations during times of calamities and disasters such as conflagrations, earthquake, flood, and tidal waves, and coordination and mobilization of resources, and implementation of rehabilitation and relief operations in coordination with national agencies concerned. Okay po. So, yun, ang napakaraming trabaho na MMDA. May tanong po? Okay, next is the Highway Patrol Group. So, under Highway Patrol Group, the Highway Patrol Group is a police unit under the Philippine National Police. So, it is the only deputized agency na ina-allowed ng LTO na mag-confiscate ng lisensya. Only. Ibig sabihin, kung pinara kayo ng police, kinukuha ang inyong lisensya, pwedeng hindi nyo ibigay yung lisensya, pero pwede kayong tikita ng police. So, the Highway Patrol Group is a police unit under the Philippine National Police. So, it is tasked to enforce traffic safety rules and provides general supervision to local police forces with regards to the enforcement of traffic laws. So, it also provides assistance to the Land Transportation Office, formerly the Bureau of Land Transportation. So, yung dating BLT, ngayon ay LTO na. Ano? So the HPG furthermore also enforces driver's license and motor vehicle registration and regulations with regards to public carriers. So this group from the Philippine National Police enforces that the traffic laws and regulations promote safety and consciousness through interagency cooperation concerning police traffic safety education and traffic law enforcement functions and develop reforms on the crime prevention against all forms of lawlessness committed along national highway involving the use of motor vehicles. Pero kalimitang ginagawa ng HPG ay manghuli ng mga traffic violators. Counterpart siya ng LTO. Okay po, questions? Questions po? Okay, next we have the Toll Regulatory Board. So the Toll Regulatory Board is a Philippine government agencies that regulates all toll roads in the Philippines, yung mga expressways. So it is possesses regulatory authority over all toll facilities in the Philippines and is authorized under its charter to enter into contracts on behalf of the Republic of the Philippines with qualified persons, natural or judicial, for the construction, operation, and maintenance of toll facilities. Sa atin sa Pilipinas, parang mga San Miguel or Ayala yata ang nagre-regulate ng mga expressways natin. So the TRB or the Toll Regulatory Board exercises close supervision, monitoring, and regulation of the construction, operation, and maintenance of toll facilities. Kaya minsan mapapansin natin magkakaiba yung toll rate, halimbawa SLEC and LEX. Halimbawa, magkaiba siya. Halimbawa, I don't know kung ano yung rate niya, pero if comes na halimbawa first 4 kilometers ay magkaiba, so depende kasi yun sa toll regulatory board nila. Okay? Next. Yun. So, activity number 1, driving theories and fundamentals. Okay, activity number 1. Siguro we will end muna at this part kasi pawala-wala rin yung internet ko. Ano? So, ito yung gagawin sa bahay tapos ipapasa sa ating face-to-face. Activity number 1. Pwede niyong screenshot tapos sagutan ninyo at sagutan na lang sa typewriting o kaya sa yellow paper. Okay? Activity number 1, driving theories and fundamentals. Our objective for activity number 1, the objective of this activity is to explore...
Sir, lag po.
Pwede nyo screenshot, sagutan na lang. Screenshot, sagutan.
Sir, ano pong gagawin?
Sasagutan yung activity na ito,
Kayo,
tapos ipapasa sa face-to-face.
Naglalag kayo,
natin
sir.
next week. Chat ko.
screenshot.
Screenshot nyo po, at sasagutan sa type writing or yellow paper. Ipapasa sa face-to-face next week. Okay po, screenshot nyo po at sasagutan sa typewriting or yellow paper, ipapasa sa face-to-face next week. So, the objective of this activity is to explore the evolution of driving from its origin to contemporary practices, while also reflecting on the cultural and social aspects associated with driving. So materials needed, access to the provided text or printed copies for participants. Number two, paper and pencil. And optional access to internet na wala na ulit. Okay? So, paper and pencil, optional access to internet for further research. So, you will answer the three questions. Question number one, highlight key milestones such as the origin of the term driver, the introduction of automobiles, driver training, and driving bans. Okay? Question number two and number three, share thoughts on the importance of driving, its impact on daily life, and any challenges or benefits associated with it. Question number three, last question rather. Create a timeline that visually represents the evolution of driving, incorporating key events mentioned in the text as well as any additional information you find relevant. Okay? So, yan yung sunod. So, yung next part, which is the licensing driver, I will continue it on next meeting kasi pawala-wala yung internet and I have something to do na pinapapasa sa amin. And then wala na ulit internet ko. Sorry.